Hey guys, Tommy up here, coming at you with the review today of Alchemist Black Bear. I'm going to do a very in-depth review today. I want to talk about Alchemist a little bit. I want to talk about the way that I pack it, the way that it smokes, what I think of it. I did get it for free. Angela, who is CEO over at Alchemist, she did like a bunch of contests on the Hookah Enthusiast page. I'm sure you guys, a lot of you guys are aware of that. I was able to win one, if you want to call it winning one. She just posted that she was sending out 6 packages to the first 6 people who comment. I was one of the first 6 people, so I was lucky enough to get some. So she sent me a couple of flavors. Today I'm smoking Black Bear. Like I said, it's from the Stout Line, which is cool. And I'm gonna go pack some up, and then we'll catch you right back. All right, guys. So here's what I got. I got the Alchemist from the Stout Line. The Black Bear, and that is their higher nicotine content. That's the one that I'm going to be smoking today. I also got sent from the regular line Professor Gumbledore, which is actually a really good flavor also that I'm going to be doing a review at some point. I'm going to be smoking it out of this. This is my Hookah John mini alien bowl. I have found personally that this bowl works best for Alchemist. There's my Stone Fit. That's what I always want to smoke out of, but I found that to save on my tobacco usage, especially for this brand, which I'll go over some of the issues that I have with it, before the end of the review while I'm smoking. But I found that this is the best way, and what I like to do with it, I found it to work best. Sorry about the terrible camera angles, but I just pretty much pack it like I pack anything else in this bowl, with the exception of Tangiers or Haze, which I'm going to pack denser. I just sprinkle it in, and then you'll pack it down with your fingers. Not super tight. You don't need to get too much in there, and you'll be okay. So in a minute, let me pack this up, and then we'll show you what we got. All right, guys. So we got it all packed. I've actually had it smoking for about 6 minutes now. I just took the wind cover off. Today, I am. Is that in? There it is. I am smoking out of my Maya Bambino, my little pipe. And I'm screwing this up, but there are the 3 coals. I have 3 titanium flats on there, and like I said, it's been going for about 6-7 minutes now. And the clouds are good. So that's the clouds. The clouds are good. That's really all just about packing, and you're managing your heat. And anyone can get clouds like that. If you're not getting big clouds, you just need to learn how to do it better. Now I did want to talk about Alchemist and what they're doing. They're doing some different things that I think is pretty cool. First of all, they're a boutique brand, which I do like. I like that with cigars. It's, they make smaller batches and all that kind of stuff. I think that's cool. They are supposed to be buying, or supposedly they're using much higher quality tobacco than what some other brands will use. For the Stout Line in particular, which is why I was excited to have some of the Stout Line when I got it for free, because that's what I would have tried to buy. It's a higher nicotine content, which is nice. I like that. But really, what I like about it is that they say that they use cigar quality tobacco. So they're using really good tobacco, and they age their tobacco in bourbon barrels, which I don't really think you get any bourbon taste. Personally, I am very curious as to whether they're buying tobacco, or they're using rather tobacco that has been aged dry in the barrels. That's what I would expect, as opposed to having flavored shisha that they then just stuff into a barrel. That I'm expecting that it's probably before the shisha has been flavored, and it's just an aging process for the tobacco, which I can definitely appreciate. But it may not be. I don't know. I wasn't able to find any information about that on their site. It may be there. She may have talked about it before. Someone may have answered this question. I don't know. But I think that that's pretty cool, and I like that they use the higher quality tobacco. As for the flavor, this is, like I said, their Stout Line, so it's the higher nicotine. The flavor is Black Bear, they call it. Now, it's like a blackberry with some other berry notes in it, and it also has some floral notes. Now, on the website, they list them. I want to say it was rose and hibiscus, but I didn't just check. I'm not sure. I don't have the kind of palate where I can taste like which kind of flower it's supposed to be, because I don't eat flowers, so I couldn't really tell you exactly, but you definitely do taste the floral notes. And one of the cool things that I really like about this brand is that as you smoke it, the flavor sort of changes. So like I said, I've been doing it now probably about 10 or 11 minutes. The flavor right now is mostly the berry. You can taste some of the floral notes. I'm really not getting any tobacco notes from it, which I was actually a little bit disappointed because, like I said, when I heard about the Stout Line and read about what it was, I was really excited to see if you could taste the tobacco notes in the tobacco. Certain brands, you can taste the tobacco notes, and depending on the brand, I either like it or wish it wasn't there. This one, I don't really taste it a whole lot. I almost wish there was a little bit more of it, but you're paying for the flavoring and everything, and that's really what comes through. And it's very, very pleasant. It's really nice, especially early on in the bowl. I really like it. I'm going to check back in a few minutes. Like I said, this is going to be a long review, so I'm going to check back in every few minutes, tell you how the flavor's changing, tell you what's going on with the bowl, and that way you guys can get a really good idea of how this stuff performs and whether or not it's something that you want to go out and purchase. So I will be back. Alright guys, so we've been going for about a half hour now. Some of the berry notes are starting to pull back some. They're still there. You can definitely still taste the berries. They're lighter. They're not as in your face as they were, and the floral notes are coming through more. So you're definitely getting more of a floral flavor from it, with berry in the back, which is sort of the reverse of what you had when you first started. Now, I'm not having a real big buzz, but if I want a buzz, I pretty much have to, smoke something that's already considered, a heavy line, and then add Celestial to it. So I usually take a lot of nicotine in order for me to really get buzzed. At the very beginning of this bowl, I was feeling some buzz, but it's not like I'm like gonna get sick over it or anything like that. So that's where we're at with it right now. I'll check in again in another 10 or 15 minutes or so and let you guys know how it's looking at that point. I'll probably end up doing a second round of this bowl just for you guys to let you know how it's looking and what we're at flavor wise at that point. So I'll check back in with you in a couple minutes and we will go from there. All right, so it's now been smoking for about 45 minutes or so, a little bit more than that. The flavor is all but gone. My coals are almost dead. I have another set on the burner. I put the windscreen back on. I just put it back on, so I still have the 3 flats on there, but they're like little pieces. Now, is there still some flavor? Yes, there is. It's very light. It's almost an even mix of the floral notes and the berry tastes. It's still pleasant. It's not like it's terrible when it gets light. And that is the one, not the one positive thing I can say, but the one positive thing I can say about it losing flavor is that it really just loses flavor. It doesn't get unpleasant to smoke. A lot of other brands that I've tried that will lose flavor. Social Smoke, not this quickly, but they'll lose flavor usually about halfway through my second round of coals. It starts to die down, and a lot of times when that starts to happen, it starts to taste very chemical. Fumari is the same thing. When Fumari starts to lose the flavor, it starts to taste chemical. I wouldn't say harsh, but almost like a burnt tobacco taste, which isn't what you're looking for with hookah at all. And a lot of other brands, they'll do that. They'll take, you'll taste glycerin, they'll taste soapy. This doesn't do that. It's just that the flavor falls off. It's like less than half the strength of what it was. It's about an even blend. I'm not sure if I just said that, but it's about an even blend of your berry and the floral notes. But it's not unpleasant. Now, I know that the argument is going to be that someone would say, or the defense would be, well, you're smoking it out of that shallow fucking bowl that you're smoking, which is true. I am smoking it out of a very shallow bowl. I have smoked this tobacco out of other bowls. I've smoked it out of an Egyptian. I also smoked it out of Harmony, and I smoked the other line, the regular line. I smoked out of a Stone Fit, which usually I can smoke, the Harmony or the Stone Fit. The Harmony I get at least 2 hours with most brands. The Stone Fit I can smoke for 3 or 4 with most brands and have good flavorful smoke. As long as you manage the heat right, you don't usually have too much of a problem. This really loses its flavoring quickly. So, like I said, I have these other coals heating up. I'll wait until I'm about 10 or 15 minutes into those. I might even just wait until it's completely flavorless and come back and check in with you guys and let you know the total time of the session and what I'm looking at. For me, honestly, right now, I would be putting this down if I wasn't doing this long review for you guys. In my opinion, it's time to repack right now. So about 45-50 minutes is about what I can get out of this brand. For what I consider like a very enjoyable smoke. But like I said, it's not terrible right now. So I'll check back in a couple of minutes and let you know my final verdict and my last parting thoughts on the Alchemist, the Stout Line in particular. This flavor anyway. All right. All right, so we are now a little bit over an hour in to the session. Added the other coals. I had put 3 on the burner, and I just put 2 on the bowl and the wind cover back on. That's what I usually do when I add my second round to keep it from getting too harsh right away and shocking the tobacco. That's what you need to do. Little tip for you. Now, the flavor is completely gone. Like I said, I'm a little bit over an hour in the session, and it's done. There's no flavor. There's not. Now, it's not harsh. It's not gross. It's just excuse me. It's really just nothing. So I'm finished with it. I'm done with this bowl. And that's really about the extent that you can push it to. Could you keep smoking it? Yes. Do people keep smoking it? I'm sure. And maybe if you're, like I said, have a different kind of palate than me, maybe you're still getting smoke from it that you find very pleasant and enjoyable and tasty and nice. I don't. It's done. There's no flavor left. And that's, to me, is the big knock on this brand. Your first 25 minutes are spectacular. Both flavors that I have are great. Like I said, I've packed it in other bowls that take more tobacco, and it lasts the same amount of time. It doesn't matter. What I end up having is I smoke it for 45 minutes to an hour, have no more flavor, take my coals off, and then when I go and clean out my bowl, I have a bunch of uncooked tobacco on bottom. So that's why I stick with this bowl or my small Tangiers bowl. But I like to use this one because it uses even less tobacco. I maybe used 15 or 20 grams of tobacco if I had to guess. I obviously don't weigh it out, but that's about what you put in there. I sprinkle it in, pat it down. It doesn't use much tobacco, and that's that's sort of a good thing. And that being said, my overall feelings on this brand, like, is it going to be the only brand I smoke? Is it going to be my favorite brand ever? No, not the way that they have it, the way that they have it right now. If they can do something to get longer flavor, I could see myself, buying just cases and cases of Alchemist blend, because The flavors are really good. This flavor in particular, I like a whole lot. It has some buzz at the beginning, which is rare for me to find. With any hookah tobacco, I usually have to add a nicotine product to it in order to have that buzz. So I like that. And like I said, the first 25, 30 minutes are spectacular. I mean, really, really good. But then it's almost like there's a flavor cliff. While you're smoking for that first half hour, it changes. A lot of times I'll smoke with a friend, I smoke with my girlfriend, and you pass the hose back and forth, and you'll pass it and they have it for a few minutes, and then when it comes back, it's almost like you have a different bowl, because it's a really different taste, just over the course of five or 6 minutes, which I really like. I think that's fun. I think that's interesting. I like that it does that. Now, with the bowl only lasting this long, will I never buy it? No, I actually plan to buy it. I plan to get some. I'm gonna buy the smaller packages of it and smoke it every once in a while out of this bowl. I smoke this bowl often. There's lots of times where I only have 45 minutes to an hour to smoke. I have something that I got to go do. I'm home in between work and an appointment or something like that. And there's nothing wrong with smoking a bowl for 45 minutes. If it only lasted 20, I would say never buy this. But it doesn't. You can smoke it for 45 and have a nice time for the full 45 minutes. One round of Coles. And there's lots of times that I only smoke one round. So I will buy this because the flavors are that good. Now, I've heard other reviews that have prevented me from buying it because people said, oh, it doesn't last long enough. It doesn't. And it doesn't. But the flavor is so good at the beginning that it's almost worth it to pick it up for these times when you want to just smoke for an hour, when you just want to smoke a quick bowl, especially if you're going to smoke by yourself. It's a really good it's a really good first round of Coles. So, it's up to you on whether or not that's something that you ever do. If every time that you sit down and smoke, you have 2 or 3 hours and you want to just pack a bowl and smoke one bowl through a whole movie, or smoke one bowl and watch a game or something like that, this isn't going to be the brand that you want to go to. The Stout line, I will say, I do feel like does last a little bit longer. With the regular, their original line, the regular line, really at like 35, it's like it's gone. And like I said, with the flavor, it's really almost like it's a cliff. The flavors kind of fade in and out, and they blend differently. But once it ends, it ends. It's not like it slowly fades out, and you can feel, oh well, I can keep smoking. There's still some this note or that note. It's just gone. So that's what you're dealing with this. Now, I have seen Angela talking on, some other groups, and talking to other people, and I understand that they're still working on it. They're a brand new company, and I do like the company. She's active in the communities online that I'm a part of. They do lots of giveaways and cool stuff like that, which is nice. But I would really love to see if they can fine tune it where the flavor strength is better. Not the strength is better, but that it lasts longer. Because when you first start it, the flavoring is punching you in the face. It's really, really solid, and then it's just not. It's just gone. So that's pretty much my review on it. Like I said, I do plan on purchasing some. Where this is something that initially, before I had gotten my free samples, I didn't think I would ever want to buy this, because all I've heard is that it doesn't last long enough. Flavor's good, but it doesn't last. The flavor's not good. The flavor's great. When it first gets going, it's really spectacular. I really don't feel like I can oversell it. And this isn't me telling you guys it's really good because they gave it to me for free. If I thought it sucked, I would just tell you it sucks. And it doesn't. So, like I said, it's up to you as far as what you're looking for in hookah tobacco, and what you want. And if you have the extra money to spend a few bucks and get a bag or two of it to have for short sessions, I definitely recommend it. Now, if you only have $30-$40 to spend, you want to get your other brands that are going to last longer. I totally get that. So that's where I'm at on it. I really don't do number ratings for my reviews or anything like that, but I do recommend picking some up to give it a try, because the flavors are really good. And the Black Bear, I definitely recommend. It's a good flavor, and I think that they're doing a good job. I'm excited to see if they can improve upon it. So that's my review. Like I said, this was a very long review. I'm going to do some editing and post it up and get it on all the forums. If everybody could take a minute and subscribe to my channel, like a couple videos. I have a few, and I'm going to keep having some more. All right. I'll talk to you guys later.